morning, Azeroth. Broadcasting live from the trade district of Stormwind.
Hey, who rerouted arcane relay through the coffee pot again?
Coffee's done.
Hang on. I think we got it.
This is Azeroth Morning Radio. Warcraft for the rest of us.
And good Tuesday morning. Welcome, everybody. This is Azeroth Morning Radio.
Well met.
We are your hosts. My name's Chips. And I'm joined by 2027's most out-of-shape healer. His name is Cash.
100% wrong. I usually don't fight these. I'm fighting that one.
I was waiting for it.
I'm taking that to HR. Like that, you cannot health shame me.
You got a little extra skin going around that six-pack of yours. I'm noticing last
Dude, I totally do.
Do you really? Oh, I was just joking. I feel bad.
Do you know why?
Why?
I'll totally share it with everybody.
Why? Because you're eating carbs?
No. Who does that? No, it's crazy. I haven't had a carb since 1996. I'm just kidding. I totally eat carbs. No, dude, I quit my Zen habit.
Oh, really?
Well, you know this. They don't know this.
Oh, I know this.
You know this.
I know this.
Yeah.
You have a thing.
Yeah, Regina Proudmore.
I've had a thing for a long time with, you guys, I'll throw it out there. I'm a super healthy dude, but I have had a serious issue with chewing tobacco for a long time. And so I quit chewing tobacco, and then I went to Zins, and just because I like nicotine a lot. But I quit cold turkey, and it has been difficult. But yeah, 2 weeks straight with that is in.
Good for you.
And I'm finding that I'm filling the hole with food.
Oh.
So I've gained like 5 pounds, dude.
Good for you.
And I'm like, it's muscle.
Yeah. No, you could use 5 pounds. You probably look good with the extra 5. You can take my 55 if you'd like. Put all that in the muscle.
You know when it got hard? Like, I know we're going to segue into how's our week.
Yeah.
And I've had a great week in Warcraft. But it's been a busy week with work stuff like classes, and
yeah,
I'm taking a lot of extracurricular training and stuff right now. And part of that is I'm in a class right now to learn how to create backfires. If you don't know what backfires are, I work in Southern California. Everybody knows that California burns every wildfire season. Well, part of combating that is setting backfires, where basically you're fighting fire with fire. So I'm in a class right now. Long story short, I'm in a class right now where we're learning to do that and we're like getting certified to do that in the wildland setting. So, I'm out in the hills and doing all of these things. Well, that is like the perfect moment for me to pack a chew. And I cannot. I'm like seriously fighting this pretty hard. And today was rough, bro.
Oh, I bet it was. Well, Good on you for holding strong. Good on you.
Me.
How was Warcraft for you this week?
Buddy, it was good. It was really fun. Less time this week, but I still managed to, for the most part, fill out my vault. Mm-hmm. I've been running a ton of delves, which are great. I ran some mythics last night with some friends, and I want to thank them for just grabbing a hold of me by the nostrils and going, let's just go. And it went really well. So I was stoked on that. I do want to thank, however, my friend, Arothian from YouTube, who left a comment. I'm going to read it. The comment was essentially just man up and run Valeera as a DPS and healer in Delves. And Arothian says this: if you think Delves as a healer with Valeera as a tank is fun, just wait until you try her as damage when you're heals. Mine's at 40, Valeera is at 40, and I'm a disc priest. She does more damage than me, and she didn't before. And this was how I defeated the seasonal boss on double question marks. difficulty very, very easy. And the cherry on top is that Valeera's DPS keeps aggro much better. So I tried this.
And?
Oh my God. oh my word, bro. It is insane how much fun it is to run her as DPS. Like, you get these things done so quick. I mean, obviously you got to keep her alive, but wow, super fun to heal her and just let her do her thing.
It's like set it and forget it.
Yeah, like, I don't want them to fix it or make it harder, but yeah, dude, it's really easy. So
no, you have to be really involved, Blizzard.
Yeah, and like
I love it.
I'm running 11s. I'm not
awesome.
running anything lower than 11s anymore, so it's fun.
That's awesome.
So thank you, Arathian, for that. Appreciate it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's been a good week in me for Warcraft. It's been a little bit like you, a little bit less than usual, but I dove back into housing. I finally had some inspiration. I haven't done anything with my house in probably a solid 2 months, just because I demolished it and I never rebuilt it. And I just didn't have any inspiration at all. No matter how hard I tried, nothing was sticking. And anyway, long story short, I started on my mage's house and just having a blast. And between that and I dove back into doing a little bit of LFRs, which I really enjoy doing those. I enjoy personally raiding. I enjoy the tempo so much more than Mythic. I enjoy those, just those big boss fights, and it's fun. And did the story mode on the March to Quel'Tha Lost. So, did that. And man, I got to tell you, those story modes, I was thinking while I'm doing this, I'm like, I bet there's people who have struggled with these story modes. Like, these are kind of gnarly. Like, I wiped at least
the raid?
once. Yeah.
The raids can be, for sure. The dungeons, bro, if you're having problem in the story mode dungeons, then I feel bad for you because they're not all. But the raids can be a little challenging in story mode, for sure.
They definitely are. And so it's, it was a trip, and got that done. And but no, man, it's just been a really good time in Warcraft this week. I can't complain.
Yeah. What's funny, man? And I know that we have this conversation a lot. I am nowhere near being like game saturated or bored and we routinely talk to each other like, well, how's your health doing with the game? Like, we're talking game health here. And man, it's just like, it seems like it's continuing to be on the upslide for me.
Yeah.
I just am not bored at all. Maybe like, I think I did face some boredom in the very last couple of weeks before pre-patch went out during the War Within. I was just like, oh, I've freaking done everything I can, and we're not working on gear anymore. We're not, doing that. I don't want to run delves. Like, so I had a little boredom there, and we just found other things to do. Yeah. But man, it's just, this is a great time to play Warcraft.
Yeah, it really is. I mirror the same thing. To me, it's just been, like when I'm logging in, it's just like, what do I feel like doing? Oftentimes this week, it's just been queuing up for Battleground just to scratch that competitive itch, lately. But other times it's, I'm going to go fishing, or like I've been doing the foray. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of like party a blood elf is having. And I've been doing that thing to get rep with the Magisters, which has been fun because I was able to buy some unique shoulder guards and some other fun decor. And but yeah, man, no, there's never like, and we've had this conversation before. I can't imagine a place where someone's like, yeah, I've done everything. Have you though?
No. No. Yeah, I've totally 100%ed World of Warcraft. No, you haven't. Yeah, I did. No. Bro, there's so much more to do.
No, bro.
Trust me.
All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Push and Play. This is episode 29. And this week on the show, it's all about you. It's a listener AMA where we take questions from our listeners and answer them here on the show. There's no hero's call, but Cash is something you wanted to mention before we go to the commercial. What you got there, buddy?
I did. I didn't want to let this go for too long. and I know that we didn't have a heroes call this week, but Marsh 13 Fox on, I believe this is on YouTube, made mention of the tiering of our players. Remember how we tiered different types of players last week?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so Marsh says this about his wife, and I thought this was really cool and I wanted to cover it. Speaking of tiered players in the community, my wife loves giving out gifts. She calls herself Santa Chronic, which is a hilarious freaking name, especially on the heels of our new correspondent who seems to like a certain type of chronic. You're supposed to laugh.
I'm sorry.
You're not. You're
I'm
making
sorry.
me feel terrible now. Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Now I'm laughing. I'm laughing at your awkwardness. Please continue.
Yeah. Smokebark Jamarn is our new correspondent, and he's fond of the leaf. I'll throw that out there. It's okay. Fine. It's legal in California. I do not partake, but I'm just saying it. Anyway. Okay. So Marsh's wife calls herself Santa Chronic on Kill Jaden Horde side. Admittedly, she hasn't been doing this as often lately as we've been away from the game for some time, but now she has housing, lol, which, yeah, that totally tracks. I get that.
I get that.
During major holidays, as well as random minor ones, she spends a few hours of the day handing out gifts in Orgrimmar. She spends days, if not weeks, before hand farming mounts such as the Garn Night Howl, which we both have and is an amazing mount. Bind on equipped toys and pets, and then wrapping them all in gift wrap. She asks for nothing in return. She just gets delight by giving people shinies. And I wish we knew her name beyond Santa Chronic, but that is worth a spot on a tier list.
Isn't that awesome?
It's amazing.
That's so cool.
It's spreading cheer. And as we say, kindness is free.
That's right.
So that is freaking S tier to me.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. It's so cool. I love this community, man. It's so good. So
me too. And thank you, Marsh 13 Fox, for bringing that to our attention.
Absolutely.
Really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Put your stuff in the comment section, folks, or whether it's on Spotify. We got a lot of comments on Spotify, whether it's on Spotify or YouTube. And they put it right here in the show. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back to start the show.
All right, listen up. This is Grifty, and this is your Union Break tip of the day. So here you go. If you've only got about 30 minutes to play, don't waste it figuring out what to do. Just open your adventure guide, head to the suggested content tab, and pick one thing. Just one. It's already filtered to your level, your gear, and what actually matters right now. So you're not wandering around for 10 minutes deciding between 15 different options. You log in, you pick, and you go. That's it. Less thinking, more playing. Break's over. Get back to work, you bum.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. This week, it's a different kind of episode. Cash already said no heroes call, but the snark is getting booted up early. Here we go.
Snark Online.
All right. See what spat out here.
Whew, that one was odiferous.
Yeah, well, that's probably from all your walking. Mailbag mayhem. Quote, we get mail, we don't know why, but we read it anyway. So this this entire episode is dedicated to you, the listener. And we told you guys to send us questions. Well, our patrons didn't disappoint. They brought in a swath of questions. And we're going to try to field as many as we can. We don't know if we're going to get through them all. If we don't worry, folks. So patrons, they will definitely get covered on another episode. But I'm going to ask this first one here. I'm just going to jump right in. You ready?
I have to be. You're going.
Yeah, we're going, baby. Why, did you want to say something? I'm sorry. Did you?
No.
Did you have a...
No.
Oh,
Normally I do, but
No.
in this case, no. I was actually kind of ready to answer the questions, but thanks for checking.
All right, you're welcome. This first one's from Tested Weevil. He says, what old... Blah, 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 maybe I can read it. What old world or classic zone would you like to see get the Eversong Woods treatment? Also, what game system, it's a two-parter, besides PvP chips, would you like to see get an overhaul? Ooh, do tell.
Are we going to cash first?
Yeah, we're going to cash first, bro.
Okay, so what old world or classic zone? All of them? I have to pick one, don't I?
Yeah,
okay.
you sure do.
I'll pick one. Okay. I choose Stranglethorn Vale.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Yes. I know. And you can say it. You can say it because I know it. It's a solid choice.
That's
Jim.
a solid choice.
Solid choice. And the reason being is because it is iconic for both the Horde and the Alliance, because a lot of death has taken place there over the years. And I remember specifically going down there for certain things, and you always had that feeling like that's where a lot of people get ganked.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we going here again? And yeah, that would happen. I'd get ganked. I'd get upset. I'd get camped. I'd have to call my friends. They'd come down.
Come help you out.
That was back in the good old days, buddy.
Yeah. Man, I missed that.
Yeah, I miss it too. Very much so. Okay, so here's a little whipped cream I'm gonna put on top of this one. A little cherry on top of it.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Stranglethorn Vale. Love to see it revamped. In particular, I would like to see some layered storytelling in Booty Bay.
Oh yeah.
Because it's such a great spot for storytelling to take place. And when I say that, I want it pirate themed and full of freaking scurvy.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that. You know, I'm going to go, can I do my zone? And then we dive in the second part?
Are you seriously asking me?
Yeah. This is 50
so kind
50.
50. You're so kind tonight.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go selfishly with Dunmurrow. I would love to see that redone. High HD textured. That plays a very integral part of my first time experience in Warcraft. And still to this day, I get the same feeling I did when I make a brand new dwarf and I start in that zone. Like, it's just a certain kind of feeling I only ever get there. And I would just really love to see that. And agree with you, like everything, right? Like all of it. But Dunmurrow for me.
That's a good pick, bud.
Thank you.
That's a really good, because that's Ironforge as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of story to be told there as well. And I feel like Dunmurrow, and I'm sure the Horde has its places as well that are similar to what I'm going to say, but I feel like unless you rolled a dwarf or a gnome, Dunmurrow got ignored. Loch Modan got ignored. You know what I mean?
Kind of did. Honestly, Loch Modan saw more action than Dunmurrow. You know, I feel like I heard more about Loch Modan than I did about Dunmurrow. Like, just in passing conversation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I agree with you.
Yeah, and then even Cody in chat saying a redemption of Gnomragon.
Yeah.
Gnomragon revamp. Like, turn Gnomragon into a raid.
Dude, turn that into like its own Undermine.
Oh, you stop it.
For
they
the
do
gnomes?
deserve it. The Gobbo's got it.
The Gobbo's got it. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. So maybe Booty Bay was like, maybe that's like one of those little smaller expansions. You know what I mean? But if you're going to actually revamp a zone, then maybe Dunmurrow / Gnomragon. Yeah, that makes more sense for larger content.
I think yours does too. I mean, you know, it's all how to do the story, right? But
yeah, but we could make it a patch.
That's
we
true.
could make Booty Bay a patch,
Yeah, you
right?
can do that.
With your pirate theme stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think more stands to be gained from Dunmurrow Gnomragon as like a main expansion.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Revamp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Good one.
You too. You too. What system would you like to see revamped?
Guilds.
That's well done. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the UI and stuff for guilds and the way that the guild system is, I think could be revamped to make things run a bit smoother. We're running an add-on to add some tools and some functionality for our guild.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that should, at this point, be very native to the game.
I agree. I was going to say something else, but I'm going to say that as well. Yeah, that would be great from a guildmaster standpoint. Just being able to do certain things like, hey, if someone's not on within X amount of time, unless they're like checked or marked, like they're automatically removed from the guild, or just mass
automatically.
That sounds
way more.
Did you hear that?
Automatically.
Why did I say it like that? Anyway,
it's because you are so refined. This is great.
not. I'm from Indiana. Let's dial that down a little bit. Where I come from, I just saw a dude have a slam dually the other day, and I'm like, that poor truck. But anyway, yeah. So anyway.
Whoop, nope. Let's not anyway this. I want to dive into this a little bit because as guild leaders, we are experiencing some difficulties right now with some things that should be sewn up, right?
Yeah.
So they made the cross-faction guild thing available to us. But how difficult is it to get cross-faction players invited to our guild?
Well, you can't invite them unless they're in a community, and then you can invite them.
Right. It makes it the process is very convoluted, and I feel bad for like having to explain it in a Discord post to our folks.
Yeah.
And expect that people are going to know what to do. I feel it should be a lot easier than it is right now. And the other thing is, like, if you invite somebody and they're offline, it doesn't like bank the invite. And that's problematic.
Yeah. The only way to get around that is they have to use the guild finder, and they'll have that invite the next time they log in. But even then, I'm noticing that unless you know where to look for that notification, you're not going to see it. So I'm definitely in agreement with you. Maybe that's something we do. We have a fun, throw a dart at the wall, and we prototype a new system and talk about it on the show, like what that would look like for World of Warcraft. Because there are definitely some things I'm just like, man, like that just streamline, modernize, I think would probably be even a better word. Bring it into 2026. It's been relatively... The majority, now it saw a facelift at some point, but the majority is pretty much the same since 2004. Like, there were some changes, right? They brought into their own guild pane and those things, but I mean, as from a large like top-down view, it hasn't changed too much.
I'm literally taking notes right now because.
Oh, are you?
we need to cover this on the show.
Okay.
I mean. You're like looking at me like, who are you texting right now? I'm seriously taking notes. Guild, revamp, segment. Well, I mean, hey, look, if Blizzard happens to listen to this show, we might have some good ideas. I'm just saying. Probably flipping us off right now, going, shut up, we're busy enough.
Oh, well, thank you, Weevil, for this first question. We certainly do appreciate it. Next up, we've got, and he's here in the patron chat, Cthulhu. Is it better storytelling when the Alliance and Horde are enemies, or when they unite against a better threat?
I think you should run with this one.
I noticed this now in Midnight. I am starting to have cosmic threat fatigue. I'm starting to have I say that also from a, not like I'm like, oh, not at all. No. I love Midnight, okay? This is an amazing expansion. I love it. But I miss having those big relatable baddies that are on Azeroth. Like I miss the hell screams. I miss the old just rivalry between the Alliance and Horde. I miss that, because even to this day, like people still have faction pride. We do, so do other people. I just miss having more grounded villains. And So for me personally, I'm going to go with Alliance and Horde are enemies. Just mainly just because it's just like a cosmic threat after a while. It's just, like another cosmic threat all the time. Like the Lich King. You know why the Lich King is so popular? It's a Vader story. Everybody loved the Vader story.
Yeah, the gloves were off.
The Fallen Prince. The gloves were off. Heavy writing. That was all grounded. It all came out of Azeroth. Goes to show you it can be done, and it can be done so well. And still to this day, is that not a beloved story? I mean, you go and listen to Arthas on Audible. Oh my gosh, that's a trip. Have you done that one yet on Audible?
Just the beginning, and that was when I stopped, and I wanted to go right back to the very beginning of all the books.
Yeah.
And that's what I recently did. So no, I have not finished Arthas.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good one. Anyway, what do you got?
I am kind of with you. I love the way that you put it. The cosmic, did you say cosmic fatigue?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I really do like the way that you put that. I miss those days as well. I think that conflict really helps to forge the identity of the characters that we play. I really do. And I feel like for the Alliance and for the Horde that you see in like all these old videos way back in the day of BlizzCons and all the stuff that used to happen and all that faction pride, I feel like it's watered down now. Mm-hmm. It bums me out that it is a little bit watered down because of all these things going on. And don't get me wrong, it's great to make friends and it's great to make conflicts go away and smooth things over, but let's be real. This is a video game. Like, we come for the conflict. I feel like I enjoyed stuff better when we had a clear enemy. Like look at the things that we talk about the PvP servers, and when you'd come over the rise and you would see somebody that's red, and like that's an enemy that can either attack you or you attack them, but someone gonna die. And I miss that time, and I know that we can still do that. But again, we talked about it last week or the week before, but that guy coming over the rise, he's got to Roger up. I got to Roger up if we're going to fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes there wasn't a choice. Sometimes you were the hammer. Sometimes you were the nail.
Yeah.
And I miss that. I think it's gotten watered down, and I don't mind the temporary team up, for some global threat. But it seems like we've forgotten the history that there is between the Alliance and the Horde. Now, like, if you kill the opposite faction, like if I go up in midnight and I go up into the areas, the PvP zone up there, and I happen to attack somebody else who's just there trying to get their quest done, I feel dirty. Where in the old days, I knew that I was either going to get killed. Like, it's either stay strapped or you go get clapped. Like, it's going to work.
Yeah.
But there was a clear path.
Yeah.
Because we remembered what the Horde did to us. And the Horde remembered what the Alliance did to them. And we were equally guilty.
Yeah, agreed. Like that, both parties are equally guilty. You know what I think has to happen to bring that back? I think someone near and dear has to die. Near and dear to a faction, aka I think the Horde would have to kill Anduin. Can you imagine that? They kill the prince, the king.
No.
You know what kind of faction warfare you'd have after that? Oh my gosh. But I mean, like,
what kind we'd have if they touched Jaina.
I'd burn them. I will burn their house down.
There would be some problems. I'd be out in front of Blizzard picketing.
Bring Jaina back.
Bring back Jaina. Bring back my Cultira girl.
No, that's funny. Oh, that's good. That's good.
That was a good one, though. Okay. Sorry. I was taking a sip of gin and juice. I'm just kidding. It's water. All right.
H2O.
I do like that one. I'm loving these questions, though, because they're making us think. Okay. So the next one is from Jay Mondstadt. And thank you for the question. Here we go. Who are the new class experts? I've played Beastmaster Hunter on and off since 2006 and checked back in the day we had the BM Hunter Guru, Big Red Kitty, and I'm sure other classes had their Yodas. Any insights into who folks should be following to be a better class player today?
You know, I'm from the days when Swifty was a big deal. When
Swifties are a big deal now.
Yeah.
Val.
Well, I meant like
that's the thing.
Yeah, agreed. I just meant like way back in the day, right?
Right over your head.
Wait, yeah, it did. Sorry, I'm in another world. But yeah, like I remember those days, and so I'll be honest, I really don't dive too much into class guides as much these days, mainly because I'm stubborn and I want to figure it out on my own, if I'm being truthfully honest. However, when I'm going to a brand new class, I do watch some things just to get my understanding of like where as I punch my mic, get an understanding of where a class is at. And I will tell you someone I have subscribed to on YouTube, mainly for PvP for a mage, because I was very like 10 years removed from a mage, so I didn't know much about it, and I didn't really understand the new mechanics for Frost. So the person I subscribe to on YouTube is Aegis, Aeghis. Fantastic content creator, super chill. It's just fun to watch those videos, whether you have the volume up or not. And but outside of that, I'll be honest, I'm kind of stubborn. Cash knows this. Like, he'll even try to give me gold for bags or bags just in general when I start a new tune. Like, I like to figure it out. And so that's just me though. You do. I just try to make your life a little bit easier by giving you bags. I know, you're a best good buddy. Kindness is free, except for the cost of bags. So that should be a t-shirt. Kindness is free, except for the cost of bags. Oh my God. Okay. So, yeah, I think my answer is kind of along the same road. I think they're definitely out there, but I think the expertise is a little bit decentralized these days. And the reason being is because there's so many different mediums out there. Yeah. Right? Yeah, for sure. So, and the other thing too is that we're a little bit more on the casual side, but if you follow hardcore PvE or hardcore PvP, you can certainly find experts. So, like the one thing that I would say is, like, if you go to Icy Veins or to Wowhead and you look up your spec and look up the class guide, it is going to have an author there, and there'll usually be a little bio for the author. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times those kind of they may not be the guru, mm-hmm. but they're certainly good enough to write a solid guide that's going to get featured on Wowhead. Right? Oh yeah. 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 So they're there. And then there's also the Discord class servers mm-hmm. that you could go to. And there's, like Jibs was saying, YouTube creators, like for me, and you know, it's hard to tell like who's the best or who's not the best. You can certainly look at some of like the world firsts, mm-hmm. and those folks are certainly going to be, you know, like top echelon players. But I think more than anything, if you do a little searching around for your particular class and spec and find the content creator that resonates with you, you're probably going to get some pretty good advice from those folks. Like for myself, I'm still following Ragnon for Resto Druid Heals. Mm-hmm. Again, you know, with all the changes that have been made, again, I go back to Ragnon's videos and he just puts me in the right direction every single time. And, you know, I'm kind of back in a really good spot with healing with my Resto Druid. So I don't know of any place to really find that one person for this or that. But if you were to, you know, just do a little bit of looking or maybe go to the guides on Wowhead or Icy Veins, I think you're certainly going to find some experts in the people that are writing those articles. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Next question from a very esteemed friend of ours.
And he was a good buddy of ours that did some podcasting with us on our last project. Sonny Ravencourt's in the house. How are you, Sonny? It's nice to see you. Thank you very much. Here's the question. Sonny says, Warcraft started as an invasion of the orcs into human lands. Since then, with 20 plus years of layering, the lore has become increasingly complicated. Countless more races, more lands, a battle in the afterlife, etc. Is the lore of World of Warcraft too complicated for a newer player? And if so, what can Blizzard do to make a new player feel like they understand the world?
Oh man, that's we've talked a little bit about this before. With the addition of the updates to the tutorial system at the beginning, like Starter Island, bringing you right into Dragonflight, does a great job of that, right? But still, there isn't a well-known path or an easy to recognize path. That's probably the better usage of words there. That tells them where the old lore or like the old story starts from, like where that is, unless they choose, those starter zones. It's outside of that. I still think there's room for work there, because that's a tough thing too, to bring all this lore in like that, like 22 years now of lore. Like that's a lot. That's a big ask, and so, but the thing is just like facilitating those bumpers for the bowling alley to help guide them along the way. I think there's still some room for improvement there just to help new players. Because you and I saw firsthand when your daughter started playing, that to me was an eye-opening experience. Just sitting in Discord and listening and really realizing the questions a new player would have and realizing like the things that they wouldn't know, so it definitely opened my eyes. And because of that, I still say that there, definitely there's room for improvement there for sure. Just to kind of help grab them by the hand. It does a great job, again, bringing them right into Dragonflight, the last expansion leading up to a War Within. And I think there's room, a little bit more room for improvement there.
Yeah, I think there is too. And I think to answer your question, Sonny, yes, I think 100%. It is, the lore is very overwhelming for new players. There's no doubt. But a few episodes ago, I did talk about it, about how I kind of understand why it's difficult for them to catch players up on 20 plus years of the game. And I understand why they now have like streamlined it to where here's an island with a little story on it to familiarize new players with the game mechanics. And then they send you to the previous expansion to get you leveled up. And I think the goal there is to get you playing with your friends as soon as possible. Now, Beerson in chat did mention something that I wanted to cover, and that was that is a big fan of the main story quest from Final Fantasy XIV. I myself did not play through all of those things, but I do understand that in order to get leveled up and caught up, you have to go through the main story quests of all of their expansions.
Oh, wow.
And it's a journey. And a lot of people love it, but you have to stick to that main story quest in order to level. So by the time you're done, you have a solid understanding of what's taken place in the game over the years of its existence. And I think that that's great. But the one thing that you need that's very difficult to get nowadays is a commitment from the player to stick with it. And Pearson follows up, yes, they cap you on level until you reach certain milestones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is great. But that would, for World of Warcraft, like that would truly be a full-blown revamp, where with Final Fantasy XIV, it has seemingly been built into the game as the expansions have progressed. So
different audience.
They like, yeah, it's a different audience. So anyway, I think my answer to this is yes, 100%. It's overwhelming for new players, but I do have an idea I have an idea, and I know that they're really trying with the lore walking series, but in order to do all of the expansions justice, it's going to be a ton of work to have lore walking one after the other, after the other, after the other. But how about, in order to help with like in-game summaries and like these previously in Azeroth type style recaps, that they added in some type of a central archive for new players, that it would move new players toward that area. So say like in Dalaran, they had like a central library where all the lore is stored.
Well, maybe somewhere else. Dalaran's in shambles at the moment, but like...
Okay, you pick any other place.
Actually,
Jeez. But I just want to let you know, Cash, I think that was a real faux pas that you brought that up on the show. And we have lore lessons as we talk about lore. And I think you should pick another location because Dalaran is in shambles.
That's right.
You nerd. Thank you. Okay. We'll pick another location for the archive to be located.
Okay, I'm good.
But anyway, it's a thought. It's an idea that there's some type of a central archive, and you could go there and you could look things up, or if you want to go through it in a chronological time frame, you go through it chronologically. For Pete's sake, let's get rid of Chromie, because she is one of the most confusing systems in this game. Is beloved little Chromie. She's amazing. She's cutesy tootsy. We love you, Chromie, but you're damn confusing for people, and it could make it easier.
Well, I think when she came out, it was a great system. I think it's struggled to age, particularly with more expansions being added. To me, it became, even for me as a seasoned player, and I look back over at Chromie, it's like, well, you can't do anything else after you hit, a certain level with her anyway. And after a while, it is a little confusing. Repurposing her, though, for some kind of guided experience through the entirety would be great, for people who want that. I think that would be fantastic, but I'm in agreement with you. It would definitely take a revamp. And honestly, like a lot of the Warcraft player base, well, the current players, they're about just getting, they want to get to max. You see that often. However, you do see a lot of new players that are coming to the game and they want to take their time. So yeah, I'm with you. It'd be cool to see something like that.
Yeah. I just think some love put into that would make things a lot easier for people.
For sure.
So,
all right, let's go to the next one here. Riv says, for Jibs, what is your draw to the self-proclaimed alt-taholicism? And do you think it's why people love making alts, or are you the outlier? I mean, not me. I like my one-man show. You want to go first on this one?
That's for you, Bubba.
Well, actually, Riv is he made that one just for you, Jibs. But yeah, I'll answer it too.
Okay,
go ahead. You go first.
I think people just like reliving the experience. Whether it's certain zones, like for me, I always go back to Borealis. Every time I level a tune, I'm in Borealis. I'm in BFA. It's my all-time favorite expansion. It's the one expansion I oddly kind of missed. I was out of Warcraft during that time, so I never got to see it live when it was popular and everyone was there in these big cities and stuff, so I always dream of that, and whenever time walking comes around, I get to see that again. So I think for me personally, I think it comes back to the experience, but also I think some people just enjoy the leveling process. They enjoy that RPG itch a little bit, It's probably, Cash, I imagine it's probably something different for everybody.
Yeah, but I know you and we do love that fresh character feel.
New character smell.
Yeah, it's a new character smell. That's the best way to put it. That's a great way to put it. It's a new character smell. And every character that I play as if that's going to be my forever too. I really do. Like when I murdered one of my other hunters and made a brand new hunter for Midnight, leveled it up in the last 2 weeks when I was bored. I loved every second of it.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's that the leveling process and the dopamine dumps that you get every time you hit a level or you get a new piece of gear. It's just, that is what we love about MMORPGs, is that stuff. So for me, leveling up a new character is a lot of fun. Even though I always end up back on my druid, as evidenced by this one.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up right back there, but
yeah.
Thanks, Rib. I think that's a good it's a good question. I'm actually really happy to see Jibs on that mage. I think that mage is hitting for you.
Oh, I'm having a blast.
Pun intended, but
yeah, it's definitely hitting.
yeah, the deeps are there.
Yeah, no, it's been a really good time. I'll be honest, like I could go on and on, but yeah, I'm having a great time.
Good. Well, this next question is going to segue perfectly from Ribs about alcoholism, but this is from Gunda89 for both of you. What were you doing in game that first gave you the, oh yeah, this is my class and my home to be it?
Oh man, that's going to be hard to narrow down. That's going to be really hard to narrow down. I'm going to speak to the mage because that's what I'm playing right now. I'll speak to that. Over 10 years ago, Warlords of Draenor came out and I was playing a mage. And I remember doing Ashran at the time, the epic battleground, and having, I think it was, I don't know if we had Ice Wall then. I don't really remember, but I just remember feeling like I am impacting the battlefield because playing a Frost mage, that's the only spec I play. Literally. I tried doing Fire. I may eventually do Arcane one day, but Frost is just like, that's it for me. And so, but doing a Frost mage in that battleground, I just felt like I was impacting the battlefield. And I was just like, this is awesome. And then you see it in chat because the whole focus of that thing is to kill the mage. You have to kill the mage in that Ashran battleground, no matter what side you're on. And knowing that I was a main target, knowing that I was doing things that I was able to do, and just felt like I was impacting the battlefield. Like that was one of many instances of many different classes that I felt that.
I like it. For me, I think it was when I realized that my gameplay with my druid lines up with my identity.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, and you've said it quite a few times too. I need to play who I am, and I think the druid hits on all those cylinders for me. I'm a nature guy. I really love nature and the outdoors and all that stuff. I love cats. I have no bones about it. Yep. I love cats. I have several of them, and I love them. They are my babies. And tough. If you don't like cats, fight me. I love my cats. So I'm a healer in real life. Might as well do it in a game.
Yep.
So I'll do that.
Yep.
But at the same time, I like my cats and I can be kind of scrappy as well. So there you go. And then I just think that druid for me provides every type of play style that I would want to play. So it makes sense for me being a one-trick pony when it comes to trying to put all the content I do on one character as much as possible. The druid makes the most sense for me. Now, I will cheat on the druid every once in a while with, again, another class that I'll be like, this is going to be my forever class. I'm going to treat him. I'm going to make bags for him and everything. And you'll see me playing that character for a month or two, and then I'll be right back to the druid.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time.
Yeah. I get it. That's the fun thing about this game, though, is that it does really, it promotes alts in a way that it like encourages you to do those things. Like it's not like a hindrance to level a character in this game. You can pick whatever class fantasy you want. You talk about a druid. You could go and listen to War of the Ancients and be like, oh my gosh, I need to make a night elf druid. And you could go do that thing.
Yep. Which is why I've read War of the Ancients probably 3 or 4 times now. It's so good.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. All right. Well, thank you so much for that one. That was good. Mr. Stumpy asked, with the way the story is going in Midnight, who do you think will die and who will live or reprise their role in The Last Titan? Oh my. Okay. I have an answer, but it's slightly spoilery, so I'm not going to give that answer because just because it's in the cinematic of the March on Quel'Thalas. So I'm not going to give that one, but I'm going to give a different one. I think Thrall dies in The Last Titan.
That certainly would check the box that you were talking about earlier, or the main character dying. But I think the context around how he would die, maybe that does set up a major conflict between the Alliance and the Horde again. This is all speculation, you guys. We don't know this, by the way.
So off that, I really don't want to deviate too much, but that also brings up the question, can Warcraft still thrive and do well if a major character like that goes? You know, like that's a big one, you know?
I believe it can.
Yeah.
I believe where it is lacking right now is the fact that Blizzard, I don't think in 2026 is brave enough to punch that card. I don't, and I'm sorry. I have said it, but the stories have gone soft. They have lost that true punch to them, that true bite, where it'd be like, oh man, I cannot believe they did that. So I think if any, this is now my, transitioning into my personal opinion on the thing. I don't know that it would be any main character. And I think right now, like, there's so many freaking characters that came back for cameos that are pouring all their freaking power and mojo into the Sunwell right now, that it could be any one of them. I don't think it's going to be a major character like anybody from the Windrunner clan. Like, they put so much work into building that whole family thing up. Maybe they're going to. But then again, maybe they're not. Because what I was saying, I do truly believe it. I don't think that they have the cojones in 26 to do it, to kill off a main dang character.
That's a big step. And I know what you're saying. There's a certain level of brutality and like grit that came with a lot of the older stories.
Right.
And that's definitely, doesn't feel, you definitely don't have that feel these days overall. You know, there's some little moments here or there, but it's just like, okay, like there's a certain level of grit that I think adults can definitely take, that adults enjoy. Warhammer does it really well. Like,
their gloves are off.
Their gloves are off, and they do not care. They will take you through that story, and it is bloody, it's violent, so it's like, but I think Warcraft can definitely do that. I think that they can definitely step back into that, and I hope that one day they do, because we're adults, and adults like adult stories, for adults. And so, yeah, I agree with you. Well said.
I mean, it pains me to say it because, I have so much faith that they could bring it back around, but I just think it is, and maybe it's just the way of the world right now. So much bad stuff going on that, maybe it's just a little kinder, a little gentler for reasons, but I also think the world's ready. At least the World of Warcraft world is ready for some more grit.
I agree.
Let's bring it around.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to Wataru, our friend who is in chat right now. If you had to choose an area to live in World of Warcraft, where would it be and why?
Borealis, because it's the king. Period.
Super weird. Super original.
Fine. I won't choose Borealis because it's a go-to and it's kind of a given. I'm going to go to Dunbarrow then because I love the snow. I'm from Indiana.
Yeah.
We get all the seasons. We get all the seasons here, so for me, like, I love fall and winter. So I go with Dunbarrow.
Keep the irons in the fire.
Tension breaker had to be done.
I regret nothing. Oh, What about you? I know what you're going to say. You go ahead.
Oh, do tell.
That you're going to say Belemeth.
Damn it. It's pretty close. You're pretty close. I went a little broader with this one.
Okay.
It's probably no surprise, but the Emerald Dream.
Oh, yeah. Well, good call.
The Emerald Dream as a whole, I think, for me, it's just, okay, look, I'm a fan of Night Elves. That's what I play. I'm going to make 4 different classes. They're all going to be Night Elves, and they're pretty much going to look the same. Don't deviate from that too much. But I think Emerald Dream to me is just super tranquil, and it's very calming. It's beautiful. The music, the accompanying music is always just banger tracks. There's no traffic. There's no taxes. There's no stupid fire season. It's just calm.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. That was a good one. Let's see. Next up, we have Cthulhu again. What do you guys think is the most overrated expansion? Oh, this is a hot take. What would be your most underrated expansion? Which expansion? This is a trifecta. Which expansion deserves to be used in a remix event?
Oh, okay. I got answers for all these.
Okay. Take us there.
Okay, buddy. The most overrated, Shadowlands. I think that is my most overrated one. And I think the reason being is because I think the ideas were great, but the execution left a bit to be desired. And the perfect example of that was Torghast.
Oh, that's a system.
Super fun, right?
Yeah.
We loved Torghast.
Yeah.
But what happened if you didn't do Torghast every single week?
Well, you got behind everybody else.
You were left behind. You didn't get your ash. You got your ash kicked is what happened. And you just ended up behind because you couldn't power up your epic, all that stuff. So the borrow power thing is like, was not a fan of that. The most underrated, I really believe this to this day, was Warlords. In my opinion. I loved the leveling process there. And the only reason I say this is because I went through that again on my hunter when I was bringing him up. I went through Warlords and I really enjoyed the zones. I thought the raids were fun. I thought the dungeons were really fun. And this is going to sound crazy, but I really did love the freaking stronghold thing. What was it?
Garrison.
I loved the garrison.
Yeah.
I thought it was so neat.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time it was the only housing that we had. Things have changed now. But I just thought that was a really cool addition to the game. And I think that it was a bit underrated. This one we've talked about before. The next remix 100% needs to be Lich King. It has to be. Wrath, please. It needs to happen. Super cool expansion. Really, really good one. And that remix, I think, would be banger.
Yeah. Okay. It's funny because you and I literally had the same answers for everything, but just for my first one, most overrated, War Within, for me.
That's okay. You're all right. You're in the trust tree with the nest.
All right. Yeah. It's hot takes, man. I don't like just dishing that stuff out. I'm going to say the War Within for me. I felt like the story. I felt like we did all this with the Grummies. Go back and listen to that episode. That was so much fun. Everyone had a good time with that, rating everything. I can't wait till we do that again. For a lot of reasons, the story didn't really hit for me. The Earthen didn't hit at all for me. Many things, but that right there, I think, is definitely the most overrated for me. The most underrated, easily Warlords. That was I consider my first real time in Warcraft, having my own subscription and everything. I loved the garrison. I loved this day. I love it to pieces is the Horde garrison location, Frostfire Ridge. Oh my gosh, being in the snow just resonates with me so much. I love that one to pieces. Even though I'm an Alliance player at heart, I love that zone. I love playing as a Horde in the garrison there. It's beautiful. I love it. And
well, that was Frostwolf clan area, wasn't it?
Yep, that was their home.
Yeah, that's a big reason why.
Yeah.
Yep, Duratan. The only reason that the only hope for the Horde ever has for me in my heart is
Duratan.
The Frostwolves and Duratan.
Yep. And then, for me, it's definitely Wrath for the next remix event. I mean, you want to talk about, Legion was a success, a huge success, or Lemix, as people say it, doing Wrath of the Lich King remix would be huge. It would be huge. And I could see them doing it in the next expansion, since we're going back to Northrend anyway. I wouldn't be shocked if somehow that's paired in there, if not before the Last Titan, during the Last Titan.
Yeah, I think that's a solid take.
Thanks. Okay. On the last one.
Last question is from Barrison, and I think Barrison's still in chat. Yep. Thanks for being here, man. Much appreciated. All right. Blizzard is increasingly using novels to set the stage for expansion storylines. Is it a reasonable expectation to place on players to read them, or should the game always stand completely on its own?
I think the game should always stand on its own, and I think that anything outside of the game should just add to that. And I personally feel that's what the books do. I don't personally feel like that that it's required, or that people, or like something they feel like that, FOMO if you don't. But I will say this, going into midnight after reading Blood Ties, I had a much deeper narrative and understanding. Also, it inversely affected me negatively. I will say that, because it's just like there's a certain family dynamic that happens there that you've been through a whole novel of, and you're just like, oh, for Pete's sake, freaking Turellian, here we go again. It's just like, one more time.
The light. We need to trust the light.
Oh my
Turellian.
Gosh. Somebody give that guy a big chaos bolt and just call it a day. All right. But anyway, in the day, I think that those should add to that experience. And I think they do. I don't feel like it's required. I don't feel like that's something they force their player base to do. I think it's something that if a player chooses to listen to it, it adds to that experience for that expansion for them.
I don't think I could have said it any better. I agree with you 100%. It is really good to have stories and books, and Barrison's saying the animated shorts too. Agreed there. When you have additional types of content to tie the story together, to enhance your understanding of what is going on, that is the place for them. But at 100%, the game needs to stand on its own when it comes to storytelling. You should not be required to live the game outside of the game. If you do not have the time to do so. A lot of people don't have much time for that. They have time to log in 30 minutes, play through a little bit of story or whatever they're doing, and that's all they have time for. So if that's the case, the story should be dang good enough on its own in the game to convince that person of love or hatred for that particular expansion, and whether or not they're going to continue, rolling on with World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And then all the nerds like us who can't get enough and have some extra time, then you enhance it with all these other stories. And 100% agree with you on the whole thing with the Windrunners and the fight in between Eritor and his dad just drive me nuts, because I think Turellian is just way too wrapped up in some stuff, and he's not seeing his son, and I just don't want to. I don't want to take it there. I don't think we need to take it there. It's probably, we'll save that one for the Grummies.
Yep.
When that shows up. But yeah, it's because we read Blood Ties, I think we know a little deeper understanding of that family dynamic, and it's much more irritating. It's much more makes me want to slap Turellian across the face.
No joke. Oh my gosh. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for your questions. We're going to take this to the lore lesson, and we will be right back to close out the show. Source condition reconstruction log. Recovered fragments originate from Ulduar systems and partial arcane copies. Several primary records remain inaccessible or restricted. Data has been cross-referenced where possible. What follows reflects verified structural records and not a complete account. Identification. Memoron, also referred to as Mimir. Known titles: Keeper, the Grand Architect. Gender: male. Race: Titanic Watcher Spirit. Mechanome body: mechanical. Affiliations: Ulduar, Pantheon. Occupation: Keeper of Ulduar. Current status: active. Nature: Memoron is one of the Keepers, beings created by the Pantheon to oversee Azeroth. As a Keeper, he belongs to the Titan-forged Watchers, entities designed with purpose, authority, and function. Records identify Memoron as both a spirit of Titan origin and a being housed within a mechanical form. This dual nature distinguishes him from other Keepers. He is not solely organic. He is not purely constructed. He is both. Cosmic role. Memoron was created alongside the other Keepers to lead the Titan-forged armies against the forces aligned with the old gods. Within that nature, his role is consistently tied to construction, design, and creation. His title, the Grand Architect, appears across multiple records and reflects this function. Function and specialization. Where other Keepers are associated with command or judgment, Memoron is defined by creation through engineering. His responsibilities center on design, construction, structural innovation. His position with Ulduar reinforces this role. He is not only a Keeper, he is a builder of systems. Form and existence. Memoron exists within a mechanical body, identified as a mechanome construct. This sets him apart from the other Titan-forged, whose forms remain more uniform. The presence of a Watcher spirit within a constructed body suggests adaptation of form without loss of identity. Despite his mechanical structure, Memoron retains full status as a Keeper. Position within Ulduar. Memoron is recorded as a Keeper of Ulduar, one of the primary Titan facilities on Azeroth. Within this environment, his role includes oversight of constructed systems, maintenance of Titan mechanisms, execution of Pantheon directives. His presence places him at the operational center of Titan activity on Azeroth. Relationships. Memoron is counted among the Keepers created by the Pantheon. No direct familial relationships are confirmed in surviving records. His designation places him alongside other Keepers, figures of equal origin and shared purpose. Status. All surviving records agree. Memoron remains active. No confirmed recordings indicate destruction, deactivation, or replacement. Closing note. Across all surviving documentation, Memoron is defined by a single consistent trait: creation. Not through growth, not through command, but through design. A Keeper shaped to build, to construct, to refine. A mind of the Pantheon given form, and set to shape the world through invention. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening today. This was Azeroth Morning Radio. If you enjoyed your time here, let us know how we're doing. This is the part where this is our big ask of you. Let us know how we're doing, whether it's a podcast app you're using, please leave us a review. If you're listening on YouTube, please leave a comment or a like or subscribe. It just helps us with the algorithm. It helps us grow. And the biggest ask that we have of you, if you enjoyed this, please pass this on to it. I always sound so pathetic. Please pass this on to a friend or maybe your Discord server, this show, and recommend it to them if you like it. But you can always go to AzerothMorningRadio.com, or you can learn more about us, see the full episode library. You can send us a message directly there as well. Cash.
Yeah, if you don't like the show, you don't have to leave us a review. It's okay.
No, go ahead.
No. If you think the show's crap, then don't leave us a review.
Oh, I love it.
Full transparency. Who cares? I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, whether or not you like it. If you think there's things that we can do better too, you can always throw your opinion in there. I love it. Because this show is about the community, and we do like to hear from our folks. So keep in touch with us. You can hit us up on email at azerothmorningradio@gmail.com. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Patreon, all at Azeroth Morning Radio. We also have a guild for our patrons, and it is populating quite nicely. And we're having some really cool conversations with people popping in there and just shooting the breeze with us. And that is what it's all about. I think we talked everything last night from higher end Mythic Plus content to a gentleman who doesn't really run dungeons very much. And we're like, when you're ready, let us know. We'll go run those dungeons and we'll show you the ropes and teach you where not to stand, teach you where to stand. We'll let you do everything on story mode and enjoy the content for what it is. And I love being able to do that. Deep knowledge of the game, and you want to share that knowledge with people that might not know the game as well. And I think that is Azeroth Morning Radio in a nutshell.
That's right. Yeah. Come join the guild. We'd love to meet you. And goodness, everyone have a wonderful week in gaming. Stay safe. Stay awesome. We love you. Can't wait to be here next week on AMR. Take care, everybody.
See you soon.
Job's done.